My name is Steve Layton, and I travel the world finding amazing and delicious coffee for you to drink at home. Some make coffee difficult to understand and complicated, but here it's my job to make it easy and fun and tell you what's in my mug. So hello everyone and welcome to In My Mug episode 442, and good to see you again. We should get into this week's coffee because I really want some coffee. I'm feeling so tired. I was at the Brewers Cup in Leeds on Wednesday and then foolishly went to football afterwards, and have just spent the whole rest of the time chasing my tail. So you have a very tired Steve today, as you can tell by the big bags under my eyes. So if I don't have as much enthusiasm, I'm sorry. But this week's coffee makes me enthusiastic because it's something really, really different. So it comes from the region of Taypiplaya. I'm saying it quickly because I can't pronounce it properly, which is just outside the Caranavi, and it is a region that is known to us. But this lot is a little bit different because this is a curated lot. A curated lot from a very talented lady called Neri, who lives in Caranavi. And in fact, why don't I, before I tell you that, because I'm desperate for you to see where it is, go to this week's map bit, which doesn't really give us exact locations because it's from a number of farms in the region, but it shows us the town. Map bit, up away, off we go, across the Atlantic to South America, to the country of Bolivia. So let's zoom down to Bolivia. Let's have a good look at what we've got here. All these coffees that we buy tend to come from this very similar region. Bolivia has 37 official languages. There we go, 37, that's a lot. I wonder how people communicate. Maybe like me when I'm there, just going pointing at stuff and speaking loudly. But we're interested in going down to Taypiplaya. So this is the village of Taypiplaya. Now all of the coffee comes from the mountains around it. You can see there, it's not a massive village by any means, but it's quite big compared to most in Bolivia. It's definitely a conurbation, very mountainous. You see a little bit of the Andean snow in the background. It does get really high in these places. I mean, look at that there, that's just amazing. I just love this country, it is so beautiful. So yeah, let's see if we can zoom down there. So highest point is Nevado Samaja at 6,500. Lowest point Rio de Paraguay, which is only 90 metres above sea level. Beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful map bit. So the town. In the town there is a shop, and Neri places herself at the shop. And the reason she places herself there is that there used to be cooperatives that would collect the coffee from there and then go and process it. So I'm a coffee farmer, I don't have enough to take to the mill, I don't have enough to do this. You take it to the cooperative, you take it to them, they bulk it all together and then send it to their own mill and do it. What Neri is doing is she's there and she's selecting the coffee that she thinks is the best. Now the coffee that she's collecting is Catora and Catayi, and it's both red and yellow, so it's a mix of varietals. But she's selecting what she thinks are the best picked cherries for that day. So she finds something that's been picked well, she'll buy it, and if it hasn't been, she won't. Then when she bulks it together, she will then drive it down to the mill in Caranavi in a taxi and then sell it to the mill. So it's kind of a curated lot from somebody paying a little bit more attention. And because she pays a little bit more attention, the mill pay her a little bit more, and then separate the lot so you get to try it as something separate. I think it's fantastic. I think it's amazing that somebody's taking the ingenuity to do those things. Before I tell you a little bit more about Neri and her family, why don't we go and look at this week's fact file. Welcome to this week's Bolivian fact file. Figures may change, because yeah, they do, don't they? So let's focus down on Bolivia, one of my favourite countries, definitely my favourite South American country. 250,000 hectares devoted to coffee, not so much, fairly small amount of land for most people. That's what makes it the 33rd biggest coffee producer. Very small production, total production. You know, it's recorded 50 to 90,000 bags, but I've known it be as low as 20,000 bags. Common varietals, well, You're looking at Typica, Caturra, Catayi, as well as the introduction of some new stuff that's kind of coming through, like Bolivia, Bourbon and things. Coffee can be grown as low as 800 metres in like Santa Cruz, up to 2,300 on the Andean spine. And we are working with 22 farms in Bolivia. Read 'em and weep. 22 is a lot. So Taypiplaya, Neri's lot is from the region of Taypiplaya, altitude 1600 to 1500. Caturra and Catayi, both red and yellow. 8-hour fermentation in the cherry, and then mechanically washed and dry 43 hours mechanically. And that is the fact file. So, who is Neri? So, Neri is married to Juan. Who's Juan? Juan is the son of somebody who we bought coffee from a couple of years, called Carmelito. Carmelito is a coffee that you will have seen if you're a secret stash subscriber, and also that we sell to 3FE, which is a company I'm a partner in Ireland. And Carmelito's coffee is amazing, but it's very small production. And the reason that Neri and Juan are trying to do this and make this little bit of extra money is they also want to own their own coffee farm. So they're using the skills that they know to try and raise enough money to be able to buy a piece of land themselves. And hopefully in a couple of years' time, I'm going to be sitting here on in my mug and we're going to be drinking a lot from their farm, which would be just amazing. I should talk about the coffee. For me, I don't like using this descriptor anymore because I overused it almost, but there is a real milk chocolate sweetness to this. But it's not just milk chocolate. I want you to think of a Cadbury's finger of fudge. It's kind of like a caramelly, chocolate, fudgy, buttery, absolutely beautiful. So easy to drink, so smooth and long and clean. You can almost tell that there's been a little bit more care and a little bit more thought gone into this one than there would be normally. This is just very, very well put together. There's a hint of acidity, and I kind of want to say lime, but it's a very delicate, light acidity. The main thing with this is that sweetness, that caramel, fudgy chocolate flavour that's running through. But why don't we go and see Roland's Daft Fact, and then when we come back, I'm going to talk to you about the espresso and cappuccino. So, Roland, where are you? La Paz in Bolivia was the first South American city to get an electricity supply. It was powered by llama dung. Only Roland can talk about llama dung. He's a bad man. So let's get into this espresso. So here, the fudge, the finger of fudge is like amplified, but the lime is like super, it's lovely and refreshing. It's really well balanced. As an espresso, it is like all Bolivians tend to be, like really, really good. It is a great, great espresso. And into the cap. The creaminess and the texture, but the lime, like here the lime is just zinging away, that just wasn't there in the brewed as much. This is really amplified. It's delicious. A very special coffee. Well done, Neri. Well done, Juan. And well done, Carmelito, for passing on your experience, I'm sure. Listen, fantastic coffees. I really hope that you enjoy them. Before I do go, something that's going to be happening. We're going to be changing. Like, we're going to be trying something for episode 250. But if there's something missing from in my mug that you want, this is your time to let me know. If you would like me to focus more on something or focus less on something, you need to let me know those things and I will make that happen. But we're really excited. New format, new start, like fresh. It's about time, isn't it? We've been here for a while. Anyway, thank you for joining me as always, and do remember, life is too short for bad coffee.